Hey you guys, it's Denise from 4D Family, and today I am doing a story time. So today's story time is going to be about my dad. Um, my dad passed away when I was like about 12. My dad passed away from liver cancer, and up until the, let's say, last 2 weeks before he died, me and my brother didn't know about it. We didn't know he was sick. We didn't know he had cancer or anything. So, it was kind of hard because it happened like so unexpectedly. When, like my mom and my dad used to be married. They had split years before. And we just used to like go over my dad's on the weekends. And at one point we lived with him for about a year. But for the most part, we only seen him on weekends. Um, we seen him every weekend, so he was in our life. So one weekend we had came home, and my mom had sat us down, and she didn't say he was gonna die. Well, yes, she did. She did. She was like that he had liver cancer, and they didn't know how long he had, like, and they would have a nurse come by and take care of him there. So, like, he wasn't, he didn't have the proper treatment. So, um, when my mom, like, told us, it was, like, kind of devastating. Like, at that moment, like, I was only 12. What was I supposed to think? Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know how long he was gonna be there. He didn't go back to school. Um, my mom let us go back over to my dad's, and like we had went to school the next day, and I had told my teachers like I didn't want nobody else to know, and I told her like I didn't know when I was gonna come back because I was gonna go be with my dad, and um, I was just gonna be out, and I didn't want her to tell nobody, you know, cause like in that type of moment, the like when you about to lose somebody, it's hard for someone to keep coming up to you and saying I'm sorry, when you're trying to grieve or get through something. So when somebody constantly come up to you and be like, oh, you're sorry, so I was just like, I don't want nobody to know or whatever. And then we went to my dad's house, um, and when we went there, my sister was there, and like I never met my sister. My sister is like she's way much older than me, so like I never met my sister. My sister lived in a whole nother state and had two children. My nieces and nephews was older than me. So like I never even met her. So like, I was happy to see her when I seen her or whatever. But it was just, the reason for us coming together was just that. So, um, like when when my mom had sat us down, she was telling us that he wasn't gonna look the same. And then I was like confused, like I just seen him 2 days ago. So how wouldn't he look the same? Like why wouldn't he look the same? You know? I'm like, and it was weird because like whenever I was there, right um when I was there, I was like making fun of his stomach or whatever because his stomach got like really big. So like, but it was like it didn't get big instantly. It was like over weeks that was like getting bigger and bigger. And I was just like, oh, Dad, you look like you pregnant. You know, just making jokes and stuff. Cause my dad was like a people person. Like my dad, like all he did was joke. Like if you knew him, all he did was joke. Like my dad's name is Elza, but they call him Fluff. So like my dad was funny, like a lovable person. So I just used to mess with him. And he didn't do nothing but laugh it off. Like he didn't tell us. He didn't give us no heads up. And like my mom said he told her but like a month or two before, and he didn't want her to tell us. Which I don't think was fair because we should have known. I know we were young, but it was gonna hit us sooner or later. So, um, she had told us that he wasn't gonna look the same, and I was trying to prepare myself for what he was gonna look like, but I didn't know what, you know, the same and not the same was gonna look. So, when we finally went to my dad's house, we like he was in a room, and like, you know, I was scared to go back there. I didn't know how he was gonna look, you know. So like at the time he was asleep, but we had went in there and he was laying in a bed, and he looked like a whole different person. Like I couldn't even tell that was my dad. He was like very skinny and fatigued, and he didn't have no energy. Like, and my dad had long hair, so his hair was not like the same or anything. And like I don't like he was like I didn't want to cry in that moment. Like I was around everybody else. My brother was there. So like when the nurse came over, they had to get him up so they could change the bed and, you know, stuff. So he was standing. He couldn't stand on his own. But I knew that was my dad because he was making jokes and he was laughing with us. And like, I couldn't help but to laugh. Like, you know, that's still my dad. And you know, so, you know, he was making jokes and stuff. And then he laid back down and he was just tired. Just for standing for a minute, he was tired. So he went back to sleep, and I didn't do nothing but just sit in the room. So everybody else like went to the living room, and they, you know, they was just talking, catching up. You know, I was out there for a little minute. Like, I was out there in the living room for a little minute, like, catching up and meeting my niece and my sister and stuff. So, you know, like I said, we was there for about a week. And one day my aunt was like, do you want to feed him? So, you know, I had to feed him. And it was like feeding a baby. Like, not even a 1 year old, not, I wouldn't even say feeding a baby because babies eat, like babies eat a lot. But, you know, he barely ate. And like I said, all he wanted to do was sleep. So after I finished feeding him, I was in the room by myself with him, like the lights off because he was asleep. But I sat a chair next to the bed and I just talked to him. Like, I just talked and I like hoped he could hear me. Like, you know, I didn't know whether he was up or if he was asleep. I just held his hand and I talked to him. And I told him that I was gonna miss him and I love him. Like, I love him so, so much. And I told him that, you know, it was sad that he had to leave like this before he experienced, like my dad was older, so I'm not saying, like, gonna say experience life, but experience me and my brother's life. He didn't go through, you know, the protective stage of me liking boys, or my brother having a girlfriend. Like, around that time, I started liking boys, but I didn't have those conversations with him. Not yet. Like, it probably would have came out sooner or later, but it wasn't in that moment. He didn't see me going to my first dance, like my middle school dance. He didn't see that. So it was like, you know, hard because I'm like, you're leaving me so early. Like, life just began for me and he wasn't going to see it. At least not in person. So I just sat there and I just told him the only thing I could really say was I love you. And that I was gonna miss him. When my dad always used to tell us when we was leaving his house and we say bye, he used to always tell us, like, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. And like, I still say it sometimes, but my brother pick up on everything. So my brother always would say, see you later. But this time it wasn't see you later. And this time it was saying goodbye. So, you know, it was devastating. I will never forget my first day back to school. Like, even though I told my teacher not to, you know, not to tell anybody, it was like the whole school knew. Like, classes that I wasn't even in was making cards for us and telling us how sorry, and it was really nice. It was thoughtful. A few days later, my mom sat us down again, and I'm like, if she's sitting us down, it can't be nothing good. And come to find out, when my aunt went to go feed my dad, he had passed away. And like, I couldn't do nothing but break down. Like, it was the last week. It was the last week. And we only got to spend 1 week with him before he passed. Like, I understand we had multiple, like, you know, weekends and stuff before that, but it wasn't the same. Like, after you found out that he was going to pass away, it wasn't the same because, like I said, like, when you know that somebody is going to die and there's nothing to help it, it's like you want every moment with that person before they go, because you don't know when they're going to go. And I didn't feel like I had enough moments with him